we have a very fun concept for stream today. We're gonna be making some charts. We're gonna be making some silly, goofy little guys. And if you don't know what that means, you're gonna understand in just a second here. But I've got a list of all of my characters of all shapes and sizes. And I have 2 charts set up. And then I'm gonna take requests, where if you want to send a chart to Stream General in my Discord while this stream is going, if I like it, I'll grab it and we'll do the whole chart. We'll put everybody in it. So I want to take suggestions in tagging the things. This is a collaborative effort, and it's not just the Sherbs chat. It's not just the Sherbs. So I'm excited about this, and that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be making some charts, baby. There is a chart which I have spoken of. That is my chart that I have prepared for today, where I've said that all the Sherbs are on this chart. The asshole denial scale. Yeah. Okay. Wait. I told you what it was. I didn't know if I told you what the actual thing is. It is asshole and denial. Those are the two lines. And we're gonna put all of the Sherbs on it today. I've also got like the general D&D alignment chart. I think I want to do a gay twink scale. We're gonna have fun today. The purpose of today is to yap and to make some silly things. That's what we're gonna be doing. All right, ready for this, chat? Are you ready for this? Not that. That's not what I meant. God damn it. Chat, I can see it thinking on my end. It's really thinking about connecting. I know what the answer is. You say you work. Do you? Do you work? Not this. I don't need double me. Guys, I made a choice where I was like, I'm gonna start up Streamlabs before I plug in my capture card, because I want my iPad to charge for as long as it can. And that was my first mistake, because I know the answer how to fix this. And the answer how to fix this is to restart stream. I know that's how I fix this. It's not gonna fix itself on its own. It needs me to do it. It needs me to... On the scale of me and stupid, I'm at level 100. Can that be our first chart today? On the scale of me to stupid, I'm up there. I have no idea what the scale of me to stupid, whatever it means calls to you. Okay, chat. So I have to say goodbye. Chat, something's going to happen. I can hear it coming. The stream rapture. The capture card. The capture card is coming. And it needs to make a grand entrance. Chat, it's going to happen. Will you let me do my thing? Can I have my moment? Thank you. It's coming. The capture card rapture. The capture card rapture is coming. No, I can feel it. No, don't take me. Capture card rapture. No. I'm back. That's the wrong one. Wait, crap. I'm fixed. The capture card. that entertaining enough? In between, we have returned! Wow, chat, it works. Man, I can't believe I had to die for it to work. Theater kid. Chat, when the razzles are on my desk. When the razzles are on my desk, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen. I've sufficiently quoted you in the fridge. Good. Yeah, I hope you read every one of my messages in my voice. Like, I know you can hear it because I talk in that way that I do. Put them down. No, they have to stay over there until it is the chosen time. Thank you, by the way, Theater Kid, for the 15 months. Yippee! Theater person, not theater kid. And I will do a little hydrate now that I've resurrected myself. What's that, Candy? We can't go down this road. But just tell you in short, it's not just Candy. Many things. Many-sided. Candy. It's gum. I can't do this. I can't go down this again. I can't. I can't do it. I won't stop. I won't stop if I keep doing it. I know I won't stop. Thank you, Ray, for the 40 months of Prime! Do we say that razzles happen on resubs? Are we saying razzles happen on resubs? Are we... Thanks, Stream Elements. Not at all late to the party. Where's my chat box? Why is there no chat box on this screen? Who do you think you are? Trying to run from me? Trying to run from me like you can't be seen? You live. There you go. Every instance of a sub, you eat one. Get them as an official sponsor. Dude, what owns Razzles? Do they own themselves? Do they own themselves? Can you sponsor me, Razzles? You own Razzles? I should have known. I should have. Okay, no, chat. We have to go on a tangent just for like a second. Because what is this website? Chat. Hey friends, we're Razzles, trusted candy manufacturer. Why are you telling me that you're trusted? We're Razzles? You're Razzles? Trusted candy manufacturer. Like, why does it have that vibe? Trust us with your Razzles? Like, it's real Razzles. Our original Razzles candy. This is just an ad, but customers choose our Razzles products for their unique, playful experience and commitment to quality. The dual texture experience. Feel free to contact us. No, I know. That's Amazon. Alright, I understand that. How do I... Razzles company values. Why does it look like this website was made like... Active partners? Can you make that 41? Can you reach out today for a free consultation? No, I understand. I understand you want me to go to the top of the... Okay, there we go. The Sow Candy. We're going on a deep dive. I don't think you're the real Razzles. I don't think you're the real Razzles. There's an address? Okay, we're done. Trusted candy manufacturer. Trusted Razzle. Trust in us. Okay. How long has P.O. Box coming soon been coming soon? Chad, I need you to know. This is another entire tangent. My P.O. Box, where I had you guys send all the stuff, has burned down in a fire. That's not even a joke. Like, the whole shopping center that my P.O. Box was in burned down in the middle of the city of Las Vegas. It's not like a desert fire. So that P.O. Box is gone. It's gone. Anyway, I just needed to share that with the class because it's kind of insane. Thank you, Papa Sherb, for the 58 months at tier tier 3. And Papa Sherb, thank you for the 10 gifted. Did you burn down a building? One will never know. Thank you for the 10. Chat, I've been kind of introspective lately as to why I am the way I am, and I haven't found an answer. Thank you, Papa Shirt, for the 10 gifted. Not enough. Needs more. Rebels needs more. Not over my Freddy Faz jersey. Burbles is freaking hungry today. Thank you for the 10 gifted. Burbles is thirst? Oh no, oh no, oh no! Thank you, Lynx the Wolf, for the 5 gifted. And thank you, bye, Crystal Beach, for the gifted. That's 3 Razzles. Not all over my Freddy Faz jersey. Has to be an original sentence. Dude, I wonder how many original sentences I say in a day. Because it's a lot. I think I be saying a lot of things that people don't be saying. Not on my Freddy Faz jersey. Freddy 5 Bear. The jersey of 87. Thank you for all the gifteds, chat. We are 4 away from sub goal right now. Oh. My name's Peter, but my friends call me Pete. My name's Peter, but my friends call me Pete. Okay, what is wrong with me? Thank you, Lynx, for the 5 gifted. Oh, thank you, us 4 Razzles. 4. So we've hit sub goal, chat. Congratulations. Let me put a sweet blue Razzle in my mouth. Oh man, this is my favorite candy. Nothing else. You feel so threatening today? It's the Freddy Faz jersey. We should make a Sherb dictionary. Yeah, that's actually the book that I released. 2026 goal. No. I don't think Razzles would want to partner with you. No! I guess that in the bit of Razzles, I do say that it gets bad. They probably wouldn't like that. Well, the Trusted Candy Company. Okay, chat. That's some goal! Okay. Commission stream! Wow! Beautiful, chat. Beautiful. There's a great candy in my mouth. Candy specifically. What do you want, chat? I know what you want, but like, just like, stop. Stop going, I stop. No. More dig. We have a dig in the bowl right now. We want to roll the D100. We could roll the D100. Fic reading stream. The sub goal is Razzle sponsorship. It's not up to them. We hit sub goal, and I'm a partner. We've not hit the fic reading stream. We've not hit the fic reading stream. There's a real one. All right, another fic reading stream. That's our sub goal today. Man, this thing in my mouth, it's gum. And you sponsor Razzles. Sub goal and it happens. We have a dig stream in the sub goal list right now, and I'm waiting for Meta. Meta's out of town right now, and once they're back, we're gonna do the next digging stream. I already went through the process of starting to schedule it, but Meta doesn't get back till like the first week of January, so. Hey Sheriff, you know what? You should like put the sub goal list in the Discord. No, but it's scary. But it's scary. Man, this is some crazy gum. Man, this is some crazy gum. Man, it's not candy anymore. Can you tell that, like... You guys can tell that, like, I'm losing it too, right? You guys can tell, right? That, like, it's my bit, and I can choose to stop at any time. But I'm not. But I'm not stopping, and I won't stop. Yeah, typically this gets cut out of the VOD. I don't think it's getting cut out today. I don't think it's getting cut out of VOD Nation today. We know you're so done with yourself. Yeah, I think the recent thing is that every single time I do the Razzles bit recently, I have to like... It's changing! This is a year-long bit. This is more than a year long of a bit. I had this bit in the old house. And it was before that too. Yep. I love when there's no like just the way that you guys are, you type in a specific way where I know exactly the tone. There's something really special about yep. You go into a flow state, dude. Dude, I do. I literally do. I do go into a flow state, man. I start seeing Razzles. I start seeing them. We're the Sherb enjoyers. We speak for Sherb Nation. I'm the Sherb. I don't speak for the Sherb. It's in the 24 best of. Yeah. That was when I was like losing my mind. Man. Getting bad, so good thing I have a way to fix it. Do I have more blue? Give me another blue one. I don't want to mix flavors yet. Ah! A light! A light at the end of the tunnel! Putting it in my mouth. I'm putting it in my mouth. Chat! Charts! Charts! Are you excited for charts? Aren't you excited? Oh, look at this! Oh, charts! Charts are here! The charts! Oh, they're here to save you! They're here to save you! The charts! Oh, CHARTS! Charts! :D! Charts! 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 What would you do if Razzles were discontinued one day? You know? I think I'd be free. I think I'd go through a mourning period of like 20 years, and then I'd realize that the real Razzles were the bad lumps of gum we made along the way. 45 minutes, huh? 45 minutes, it's not a record, but it's, I mean, to be clear, we haven't even started the charts. like we're on the chart stream. That doesn't mean that we've started the charts. Okay, bit of a funeral stream, dude. We would. I'd buy them in bulk. There must be a record for longest stall. I think definitely. I just don't know what it is. I think it's over an hour at least. It's over an hour at least. Because. Chat, let's make a chart. Okay, chat. So, if you take a look over here, you look like you'd buy. You look like you'd buy Razzles in bulk. What about me screams rattles? Freddy Five Bear? Why do I look like I get Razzles? It's nothing to do with the Razzles in my look in the mirror. In the mirror, it's just Freddy Five Bear. Horror. So chat, if you take a look down at the what about me screams Razzles? Your mouth? The Razzles in my mouth? Oh, you mean my Razzles? The Razzles in my mouth? Oh, I guess so. Where am I? What the hell is happening? POV or the Razzles in my mouth? Charts, yeah, look at my charts. Okay, so charts. Ooh, charts, oh yes. So chat, if you look at this, I have a lovely little list here of all my Blorbos. The entire top section, that's all Sherps, which is most of the guys. Am I goofy? I didn't miss any. I missed Power Wash. I missed Power Wash because Power Wash is new. And I forgot. I'm gonna add Power Wash. I literally was like, I didn't miss anything. I say, missing everything. We ended on Terry, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, I know that. I knew that. Wow. Cool. Lovely. Lovely chat. So, I've got a list of Blorbo. That's a lot of them. We've got the Bound guys. Ice Cream NATO, Ash, Asri, Cedar, Epsilon, Icarus, Crit, Helix, Kane, Terry, Ripley, Sherwood, Ren, Sherbert, Rio, Ajax, Rena, Tartarus, Janus, Midas, Ratchet, Jet, Farades, and Pericles, who I thought we should also include as our outliers. Because on the asshole denial scale, I didn't add the 56 to Epsilon either. I just didn't wanna. Which Blorbo you? True. So we've got these are our two not Sherbs, and we've got two D&D guys that are the ones you know the most. I've played other characters in like in one-shots. Oh man, this conversation's going so great, but the taste in my mouth is getting a little bit bad. Oh, I fix it. I fixed my mouth. I gotta fix what's in there. Oh, I gotta fix it. Oh! Can I get the blue one, please? Oh! Oh! A candy! You know what? Next time I go to a con, I'm gonna bring a bag of Razzles so that everyone can experience it. The next time I'm at a con, I'm bringing a bag of Razzles. And we're gonna have a shared Razzle experience together. Sure. Thanks, man. Okay, let's do the charts. I'm bringing you Razzles? Whoa. You're gonna bring that energy to my studio, and the Razzles in my bag are gonna get your Razzles, and the Razzles are gonna... I don't make out with Razzles every night, but Razzles makes out with Razzles every night. Sure, charts. You're so right. Okay, so our charts. Let's start with the asshole denial scale. So this is the chart. Actually, you know what? What? I can see the pin to this time. I can see. You've already said you made out with Razzles every night, Sherb. This is true. Okay. Okay. So, chat. We've got a lovely chart here. Look at our lovely chart. So, on one end of the scale, this is the scale that I, like, personally, that I use to measure Sherbs. Which, when I was, like, when we were, you know, we were the early days of the Sherbverse. Before we were, before you guys knew what a Quixis was, before you guys knew any of the things, I referenced this chart as the asshole denial chart, and I said, oh, this Sherb is one end of the scale. And I was trying to, at the time, make Sherbs that follow the whole thing, that they weren't skewed to one side. Like, one of the things initially was when I was being Icarus, right? When I was Icarus is like the furthest in denial you can go, but they had Sherbert's eye. So I specifically wanted to put Sherbert on the opposite end from where Icarus was, because they shared an eye. And then after that, it kind of just added into, like, where haven't I had a Blorbo on this chart? How dare Twitch not send me a notification? Well, there's been 2 streams because of the capture card rapture. Chat, I'm spitting out the gum. I'm spitting out the gum, and when it's out of my mouth, I can focus. When it's out of my mouth, we're locking in. I'm spitting out the gum. I'm spitting out the Razzles. I'm getting rid of them. I'm getting rid of them. And they'll stay away, casted astray! Beautiful. Clarity. I'm not in a Razzle haze anymore. Okay. Yeah, we can bury the bit for today. Okay, so this is a collaborative effort, chat, I think. And the way we're gonna do this is I have all these colors over here, and we're just gonna make dots. We're not gonna write names unless we have to distinguish. So that'll be like these 3. So how much? So Icarus has to be. Icarus is in this square, right? We can all agree on that. All the way denial, but like, am I crazy for saying medium asshole? Ass. Thanks, chatter. Yeah, the question is how much asshole? We have a new problem. We have a new problem in the okay. Yeah. Ass but no hole. Thanks, chat. Thanks. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And let's say Icarus is going to be our basis of kind of where we go on the Sherbs and the other, where we're gonna relate them to Icarus. All right. So from here, I think we just go down the list. So Ice Cream NATO. Does Ice Cream NATO deny? Or does Ice Cream NATO believe? I personally think Ice Cream NATO is a little bit more of a believer, but like, don't think they deny. I don't think they particularly believe either. I think we're looking at like a right there-ish. This will be ice cream NATO. I think that's pretty good. The true neutral of the sherbs. Yeah, so the asshole scale is just what's normal. Honestly, no, I kind of am down to put them on the line. They're not really leaning one way or the other. Let's go fully on the line, but all the way an asshole. Okay, Ash. Ash is not that much of an asshole. Ash is not that much, but Ash did burn down a bunch of towns. This seems important. But that's more like chaos, not like they weren't doing it in a malicious way. So I think I think Ash is a believer, because it's the difference between like my family isn't dead and my family is dead, and I will believe that until jump scare. You know what I mean? Yeah. Believed us. Yeah. Okay. So I think Ash is like over here. You know, pretty reasonable. Still burn stuff down, so it's not like, you know, you get to go all the way up on the being a friendly buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Believe in what? Multiverse? And it's really just like in general. It's really just in general. Okay, Asri. So Asri gets to go all the way like ick. So Asri, I mean, I guess if, yeah, Asri gets to go all the way, and I think is more of a, am I wrong? Like, Asri wouldn't be so far on denial if, like, he literally didn't see a whole sitcom to comprehend what was going on because he didn't want to. Asri is denial pro max. Yeah, exactly. I think they're very similar. Yeah. I think they're very similar. They got a little bit of a different attitude. They both got different things that drive them, but in terms of this scale, put bro in the corner. Well, if we're talking about Worm, we could do that. We could say that, like, Asri himself isn't that bad, and then, like, the Worm. Do we agree? Do we agree on that? And we'll make a little... That's the Worm. Is Asri worse of an asshole than Nick? Asri himself isn't. Asri's actually pretty... Well, to the people he doesn't like... I mean, yeah, to be clear, if we're taking the Worm out of the equation, it's a very different spot. Asri himself is like... here. And then, like, we get to go to the corner for the Worm. Ursa. I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay. I like that. I like that. And then we got Ursa up here. Okay, cool. Cedar. Cedar. But the question is, do you believe? Did Cedar believe you guys about the multiverse? I think they are. I think Cedar is like, if we take into account the bomb. I think, well, okay, so no, but Cedar has like a negative 99 reputation, but they're not well, they're a little bit. They're like a little bit. So I don't think Cedar gets to go all the way. But I think Cedar's pretty close. But Cedar's a believer. Yeah, I think so. Cedar. We'll go like that. I think that. This is potion craft, chat. This is potion craft. This is potion craft. They were weird, but I'm like, no, that can't be the case. Yeah, they were like, that sounds crazy. I think Cedar. Okay, Epsilon. Epsilon is such a buddy. I think Epsilon's like over here. There's not a lot of Epsilon. But Epsilon reacted well to the multiverse, though. I think in terms of multiverse, he's on this side, but Epsilon themselves, I think, is over here. I think like that. I wonder why there's so little of Epsilon. It is a game that you play through once. Okay? You can't. Okay, crit. Crit is the all the way. To me. Am I wrong about that? Am I wrong in saying crit is all the way? Crit is this corner to me. Crit is the definition of this corner. Crit is the reason that there's a scale at all. Yeah, I think we're like that. So far, we've gone these two ends of the spectrum. Okay, Helix. Helix is big in the denial, a little in the asshole. Am I wrong for that? Among Us? Because it's like, that's I like that guy, therefore he's not killing anybody. Or like Imposter Helix. Yeah, Imposter Helix, like if you're going Imposter, it's like, well, let's take it up. Let's take it up a bit. But I don't think so. Thinks their dad likes them. So, oh yeah, okay, so we're in denial. Okay. I'm good putting Helix here. I'm good putting Helix like here. That's Among Us. That's Among Us. Yeah, thinks their dad loves them. That you're in denial about that, but not in the way you want to be. Not Imposter Helix is a little bit asshole. Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I think you're like a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Kane. Kane, to me, for reasons that I say, Kane is up here. Kane is a guy with not too much. Just like, this is the type of thing where like, I've world built MCCI. And in the world that I've built of MCCI, which I should get back on and play. I want to play some of the new games they have on there. This is my Coyote. Kane is allegedly the highest on the asshole scale. Yes. But Rio just didn't live by himself. Rio is second. And in my mind, Kane is the, if we're ranking them, Kane is first, then Rio. I think personally. Okay. Power Wash. Power Wash, huh? I think like here. Wash true neutral? Power Wash might be true neutral. Power Wash... I would go, like, here. I think Power Wash is a little bit more friendly than not friendly. Believe us? Unclear. Think about the gnome Oh! If we're going off of yeah, actually, if we're going off of Power Wash canon conspiracies, believer. Absolute believer. Okay. Ripley. Raft. Ripley Raft. Ripley Raft. Where are you on this scale? Ripley Raft, where do you fall? He low-key an asshat. Ripley is... yeah, I think a little bit in the... I mean, like, do you... okay. Are we basing... if we take Centros versions out of the equation, Ripley's pretty chill. But as soon as we bring a Centros variant into the equation, the vibe changes. I would say. Post-Ghost is less of an asshole. I would say, like, here. I think Ripley's pretty close to the middle. I think Ripley's pretty close to the middle, I would say. Okay, Sherwood. I'd put Sherwood over here, personally. I personally would put Sherwood over here. Because that is one of the characters where I was like, this is meant to be... yeah, R.I.P. Ripley. This is meant to be, is Sherwood that much of an asshole? Maybe not. Maybe not. There are a lot of crimes under the belt. Yeah, notably a criminal. When we're talking about criminals, you kind of got to be a little bit up there. Ash isn't, because Ash is just kind of nice in general and was doing it mostly in, like, self-defense. Mostly. But crimes don't mean that. That's true, because that's, like, you know. But... okay, yeah, I'm understanding what you want from me, chat. And what you want is for me, okay, yeah, if we're going off of where Ick is, there you go. Did Sure believe? I think so. You might, I think, like, let's go there. Let's say there. We'll say there. Ren. Ren is... I think Ren's, like, down here. I think this is grounded. For those who don't know. I think Ren is, like... I think Ren is, like, down there. Ren would believe, I think, yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, he's convinced he's losing it. But is that believing or denial? Ren does think they're going a little bit crazy. But that's not like, there's not things talking to me. I wouldn't call that denial. Yeah, that's not denial. That's just like, oh god. Yeah, okay. Sherbert. I think Sherbert is here. I think Sherbert... okay, if we bring the allies into consideration. Chad, if we're bringing the allies into consideration... Yeah, Sherbert is meant to be the 100% believe. I think Sherbert and Power Wash are the extremes of the believe category. Literally Quixis right now. Yeah, you can't not believe. But it to me, Sherbert is here. But the allies. Sherbert's here, but the allies. Or wait, no. But the allies. I'm going the wrong way. Sherbert's here, but the allies. I'm putting them at 2 neutral. I was going the wrong way. I think we're about there. Yeah, compared to Ripley. Yeah. Okay. Rio is pretty close to Kane. Rio is pretty but does Rio oh well, Rio kind of I don't know, ditching Midas. Ditching Midas to leave it's not necessarily denial, but it's giving denial. You know what I mean? We have a good spread here, chat. Can I just say we have a good spread? If we're literally chatting players at the same time. Ditching Midas for Bed Wars, mind you. Yeah, I guess they don't deny that it happened. We'll go there. My boy. Ajax. Congratulations. This isn't even... I know exactly where you go on this scale. Ajax is an asshole, but in the sense that he's sad. But in the sense that he's sad. but in the sense that he's sad about it, to me. Ajax is like, I hate you, but it's because of my internal issues. You know what I mean? He's brooding about it. Yeah, circumstances making it difficult to be friendly. Yeah, he's not on the friendly scale just because of being a death game guy and just kind of the whole existence. I think if Ajax was in a permanent place, he'd be a little bit better. Okay. Me! Oh, let me tell you. No. I think Rena is all the way denial. Maybe a little bit in. I'd put I don't think Rena is an asshole. Is that? Where would you put me? Rena interacts with Midas? Yeah, but it's the point of too bullyable to be an asshole. Why'd the lore music start? It's, to me, it's all the way denial. In the sense that, yes, their eye is bleeding. Yes, they're interacting with Midas. But I think there is a part of Rena that is like, these are characters. Like, they're interacting with me somehow, but they're not there. Which they are. But I don't think Rita's ready for that. Is this too meta? Is this too meta? Am I being too meta about it? Yeah, refuse to believe it's real even if they know it's real. Yeah, no, that's the definition of denial. So I'm gonna put Rena on the edge of denial, personally. As me, the guy. It's starting to confuse me. Okay. Where does Tartarus go? Is Tartarus an asshole? I don't think so. Tartarus is a buddy, low-key. You're speaking in the third person, so it's fairly meta. Tartarus is true neutral. I think Tartarus is... I think Tartarus is like here. I think Tartarus is a friend, low-key. Tartarus is the true neutral we deserve. Yeah. I think Tartarus is the closest to true neutral. Yeah, okay, let's do it. I think so. I like that. Is the dab in the middle. Hell yeah, man. Janice. Balatro, Balatro. Then we forced into being canon. Balatro, Balatro. What are we doing here? Those only dirt and moles. Doesn't think about being an ass. Doesn't think about believing. Yeah, I think Janice is a little bit asshole and a little bit denial. I think that's pretty reasonable. No asshole, no denial, only dirt and dig. Yep, exactly. Have you heard them talk about their universe? Yeah. Janet, is she just an asshole, though? Janice is more whimsical. I think a whimsy scale would be a good one to do. Janice is like top of the whimsy scale to me. That's like number one, like, you know what I mean? Sad to be an asshole? Yeah. I think we're like here. But maybe that's a friendly trait. I think we're like here. Isn't Janice technically a demigod? That's debatable. Yes, yes, no, in the actual name, yes. I think about there. Midas. I mean, what cycle are we talking about? What cycle are we talking about here? I think Midas is like here. I sure hope Midas believes. Mid! Mid! Midas mid! Yeah, Janus is the Roman god of travel. Yeah, pathways, portals. Up by the nether, yeah. Midas doesn't get to go all the way to the bottom of friend because of the nether cycle. Okay, this is actually kind of fascinating. That of our believers, it's kind of like if you believe, you're friendly, and if you're in denial, you're more typically. This is what I was looking for. It's kind of a, and like we have our outliers, you know, but like the general sense is if you believe, like a lot. Every denial that's this far over is up here, and every believer that's this far over is down. That's fascinating. Okay, Ratchet. Okay, so Ratchet was intended to be an asshole. He didn't end up as one. Ratchet was... Ratchet's up in denial. Yeah, how, like, in the sense that you trust your friends, Ratchet is somewhere on this line. Okay, I know where Ratchet is in denial, but he got kind of friendly. Does that put him, like, here? Does that put him, like, there? Yeah. I think... Oh, how am I gonna go with that? Yeah, that works. Rich! Oh yeah, true. He did kind of lose it. He did just kill people. That seems notable. He just kind of... Or... Wait a minute. Do I need to go to the other side? Because I'm thinking about the concept of, like... Believer in the sense that... Anything anyone told him, he was like, yep. Does that... That puts you on the other end, doesn't it? That puts you on the other end, doesn't it? In terms of the universe, Ratchet's here, but in terms of people, he's over here. So does that put him in the middle? I think it puts him in the middle. Do we have to take his Toxic Yaoi background into consideration? That's actually the question. Yeah, I think middle. Genuinely. Okay, let's go there. Jet! Jet, you're perfect! Something about bright green boys. Something about bright green boys makes you believe. Something about being bright green gets you in that corner, can I just say? Something about being bright green gets you in that corner. Okay. Contrastly. I actually need to also really quick to know that. So D&D. I mean, this is my D&D character. I put Faraday there. I think actually, in terms of, like, if we're talking about, like, Faraday's alignment, he is the most true neutral. But if we're, like, in terms of asshole to friendly, he's right in the middle. He can go either way depending on who it is. Very, very strongly either way. Sometimes he is so chill and sometimes he is so not. And... yeah, I can think of several instances when one of our party members would walk up to me and go, "We're stuck in a time loop," and he goes, "Sure." But, like, a little bit of denial in terms of, like, being the father of blood magic. So there's that. Pericles. Where do Pericles fall? Pericles is the nicest boy, but hates his magic. I think Pericles is, like, over here. I think Pericles is over there. Nicest guy you've ever seen. Does not like his visions. Does not like his visions. Okay. So there we go, chat. There we go. This is an interesting chart to look at. Can I just say, this is a very interesting chart in the sense that there are no denials that are your friends. There's no one in that corner. And there are no assholes who believe. This is interesting. Actually showing a pattern. Yeah. That's very interesting. Now, if we take, like, where are all the fighty boys? All the guys in the death game are kind of over here, which is interesting. This is fascinating. Okay, beautiful little chart. Thank you for coming to Chart Nation. Shall we move on? Shall we move on? No, it looks like the Quixus symbol. Am I crazy? I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Bound beings all over the place is fun. Oh, true! The bound triangle! The bound triangle is interesting! Wow. That's fascinating. The bound triangle, this is interesting just in the sense of data. Okay, chat. So, next up, let's do alignments. So we've got good, neutral, evil. I actually want to do it the other way. I was trying to figure out which way I like this better as, and I think I like it more like this. So, a lot of these you have answers to, because of the Sherb's favorite things chart. I want to do it this way. Wait, I'm getting myself. This is law. Lawful, neutral, chaos. Cool. Cool. I was almost gonna lose my mind there for a second, and I don't know why I was losing it just a little bit. Okay, so our Sherb's favorite things chart has quite a few answers for us, in the sense of where people are. So, but not everybody on this list is a Sherb, and we're in the Sherb's favorite things list. So, let's start from the top. Ice Cream NATO, chaotic evil. Ice Cream NATO, chaotic evil. It's not even a question. Are we ranking? I realize this could be. We could do an axis again. You guys want to do it as an axis? We could do it as an axis. That's more interesting than just the groups, isn't it? Okay. Well, let's do that. Screw the other way. So we will say that this is good. Yeah, let's do it on an axis. This is evil. This is law. This is chaos. I like the axis. It's slightly more interesting as an axis. Okay. Ice Cream NATO, I think, is the definition of chaotic evil. You cannot go more than Ice Cream NATO goes. You know what I mean? I don't think you can be more evil or make it more chaotic than Ice Cream NATO in either aspect, any of my characters. Okay. Ash. Ash to me is chaotic neutral. Or chaotic good, probably. I'd put Ash, like, over here. On the chart, Ash is chaotic neutral. I think Ash isn't particularly good, though. I'd put Ash, like, there. It's the arson, isn't it? It's the arson. It's the arson. It's the arson. Okay. Asri. Asri is lawful neutral to me. Am I crazy for that? And, like, the worm is lawful evil. Because, like, what is bounty hunting, really? You know what I mean? What is bounty hunting, really? When you look at things in the scheme of this. So I think it's like that. Okay. Cedar. Chaotic good. How chaotic, how good? Maybe just chaotic neutral. Yeah. True neutral is the middle. I think we're Cedar really goes either way. Cedar really goes either way, and I think it puts them, like, down here. I think that puts Cedar, like, down there. Okay. Epsilon. This is lawful neutral. I think the definition of lawful neutral. So, like... Am I crazy? They're a robot. Lawful, so for reference, lawful is not necessarily like following the law. It's following a code where basically you have a way that you see things to work and you do not go out of that code. So to me, that's why Asri's here. Whether or not what he's doing is good or not is the other end of the scale. But Asri has a code. If you are a criminal, you get bounty. So Asri's up on the lawful. Epsilon being a robot is like you have a directive. That's that to me. Chaotic is I will do whatever I want when I want. That's my definition of lawful. It's less like being good, which is what the difference between the two is. Oh, ick. Ick, like, where is Ick? Ick has a code. Ick has a code. But the arson... Really? It's like, do you do arson? Go further down. This is actually exactly as it is. If you are in chaos, you are doing arson. Lawful evil. Which season of Ick? Yeah, that's the question. It can be manipulated easily? Yeah. I think Ick's like up here. It's the denial is inherently lawful, I think. I think Ick's like there. The arson, brother, what about the murder? But that was not... It was for a goal. It wasn't just like for fun. What murder? Crit. Chaotic good. Crit will do whatever they want when they want, typically for the better of the world. So that is the definition of chaotic good to me. Yeah. Okay. Helix to me is about as chaotic neutral as you can get. And it's either chaotic doing your tasks or chaotic killing people. But where compared to Cedar is Helix? Ick hasn't done anything bad, trust. That's exactly what they would say. Compared to Cedar... But if we're considering the murder, we have to consider the failure. True. True. I don't think Helix is more chaotic than Cedar. But I don't think Helix is more chaotic than Ash. I think we're like here. And Helix, I think, can really go either way. So I think I'm gonna put him in the middle. I'm gonna put him in the middle. Chaotic neutral? Yeah, exactly where I landed him. Kane. Ooh, welcome to neutral evil. Maybe a little bit of chaos, but you're neutral evil to me. Chaotic neutral evil, no. Okay, that's that. That's good. Oh, Terry has a code. The way that you power wash like that, I think you're over here. Power wash. I think you're up there, power wash. I think power wash is up there. Personally. Okay. Ripley. Neutral good? Am I right about that? Lawfully neutrally good. This Ripley doesn't have like a code. I think Ripley is more chaos than code. R.I.P. Ripley. R.I.P. Ripley. Give them a neutral good? Yeah. Okay. Sherwood. This is chaotic good. This is chaotic good in the sense that it's the crimes, but like to be goofy about it. I think Sherwood's like up here. Pretty far into chaotic good. Yeah. I'm starting to see groups forming again. Yeah. You're right. You're right. This is fascinating from a dater perspective. Okay, Ren. Ren's pretty good, and Ren's not very chaotic. I think Ren's probably like here. Ren's probably like there. Ren's probably like there. You know? Me win charts. Man, I love charts. I love them. Sherbert group 1 and Sherbert group 2. Okay, Sherbert. Sherbert's pretty true neutral to me. Yeah, I keep checking my chart. I say what I think it is, and then I check the chart. Sherbert might be actual true neutral. I kind of think Sherbert is kind of the definition of true neutral. Allies. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Rio. A little bit more lawful than chaotic about it, I think. But all the way in the evil. I think Rio is a little bit more lawful about it. Yeah, but not by much. Neutral evil. I keep checking my chart, and I keep getting close. Yeah. Kinsey scale is so last century. Say hello to the asshole believer scale. Exactly. Ajax. Ajax is chaotic neutral to me. Maybe a little bit evil. I'd put Ajax like here. I'd put Ajax like there. Yeah, changing. I have the list. Rena. Are we taking razzles into consideration? With razzles, without razzles. With razzles, without razzles. I think Rena's pretty okay. I think Rena's gonna be like here. I think Rena's like there. Please explain how razzles define evil. No, not razzles evil. Razzles chaotic. Razzles chaotic. Yeah. Okay. Midas. I skipped Tartarus. I skipped like a million. Let's do. Right? 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 Exactly. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Janice. Janice is maybe chaotic good. Kind of middle of the run. Chaotic good. Game is Tartarus. Dig. Maybe a little bit less good. I have him as chaotic neutral. I'd put him as a little bit. Janice more good than Rena. I think they're about the same. You don't need razzles to be chaotic, you just need a camera. Not wrong. Not wrong. Midas. Good for sure. Good think a little bit more lawful. I have Midas as neutral good. I think Midas is a little bit more lawful. I think Midas is like... Midas is pretty good. I'm moving you over. Mid. I think. Yeah, Midas is... This is fascinating! We have a trend again! We have a trend again! Okay, Ratchet. Where's Ratchet, man? I don't know. Ratchet's like low-key true neutral. Ratchet, maybe a little bit more chaotic. Is Ratchet like here? Is Ratchet like there? Ratchet's pretty close to the middle, I would say. Ratchet has a code. Ratchet does have a code. And then I think he's in the chaos comes from machines. Ratchet is so close to the middle. It's genuinely like could go either way. If the more I think about it, the more I want to just put him right in the middle. I think you're like there. I'm gonna put you like there, but you're basically in the middle. You're basically in the middle. You're basically in the middle. Jet. Chaotic or lawful? It doesn't have a... Does it have a code? Just a little bit of a code. It has like a little bit of a code. You know what I mean? It's like a little bit. Definitely good, right? Definitely good. Coaches for the people he cares about. Yeah. I feel like he's not really chaos though. Right, green boys? I think Jet's like here, probably. Consider Blake. Considering Blake just moves him like there to me. Blake was killing people. I guess Blake was killing people. But I would say like here. I would say. I hold him in my hands. Love that guy. Okay, D&D. Faraday is to me absolute true neutral. Genuinely goes either way. I've thought about that. PhD. Did I do PhD last time? Oh no, I didn't. Well, we won't do PhD. We'll do Faraday's. He's the definition of true neutral to me. Pericles. Pericles, he's a little bit lawful about it. I think he's kind of here. Well, he's kind of he does do crime. He's not evil about it. I think Perry's like there. Absolutely love that guy. Okay. Fascinating trends. This is fascinating. Okay, so in general sense, you cannot have a code and be good. This is fascinating. So Ice Cream NATO is the outlier here. Ice Cream NATO is a far outlier here. What's his actual alignment? True neutral. Ice Cream NATO is such an outlier compared to the rest of them, which kind of all fit in this same kind of move. This is fascinating. He was made to be the opposite, yeah. And no one truly lawfully good either. It's really like you just got crit and then a worm. Ice Cream is an outlier. Who knew? He was literally meant to be the opposite of everything. Yeah, that's crazy that he's not like the other Sherbs, as compared to this one, where he's right in line with a lot of the Sherbs. Right next to them. Which is kind of fascinating. This is fascinating. Actually, let's look at how close they are. Well, I guess the scale isn't the same. That doesn't do anything. Okay. Wow. This is interesting. Okay, so those are the two charts that I wanted to do. I'm gonna look in Stream General and see if there's any charts that I like. Okay, I have a couple that I. What is Razzles no Razzles? What do you mean Razzles no Razzles? What do you mean? Okay, I'm gonna grab. Okay, we're gonna do the Whimsy scale, and I'm gonna grab a couple of these charts. I'm not gonna do all of them. I'm just gonna grab the ones that really speak to me. I really like the Has Riz. I like the Has Riz chart a lot, so we're gonna do the Has Riz. We're going to do. What else? What else here? Oh, okay, that's interesting. We're gonna grab that one. This is a good one too. We're gonna do this one too. We're gonna do kind of a speed round, I think. We're gonna do kind of I like this one. I keep finding good charts. Okay, good job, guys. Good job. Okay. First things first, let's do a Whimsy scale. All right, let's do a Whimsy scale. Okay? So, we've got the Whimsy scale, I think, is just going to be it's just gonna be a line, I think. And we're gonna go vertically. Okay. So how much whimsy? Whimsy? This is the Whimsy scale. Okay? Okay. There's no other chart here. We're just gonna have it so we can have like multiple lines going up. Okay, so Whimsy. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? Ice Cream Nato Whimsy. He has hate in his heart. Ice Cream Nato has hate. You know what I mean? Ice Cream Nato's gonna go down there. Ash has a little bit of whimsy. I'll say Ash is like up here. Asri has, I think, less whimsy than Ash. This is gonna be really like we're gonna rank just as compared to each other. Cedar's got a lot of whimsy. Cedar's got a lot of whimsy up there. Epsilon, I don't think has a lot of whimsy. I don't think Epsilon's got a lot of whimsy. Epsilon kind of a robot about it. Ick's got some whimsy. Not as much as Cedar, more than Ash. Okay. Crit Whimsy! Welcome to Whimsy City! Welcome to Whimsy City! Crit's almost the top of whimsy to me. Helix has a lot of things, but I don't think whimsy's one of them. I think Helix, maybe more whimsy. No, Asri. I'll say less than Asri. I think Helix and Asri are pretty close. Cain does not have whimsy. Cain does not have whimsy in his heart. Okay. Terry's got some whimsy. Terry's got, I think, less whimsy than Ick. More whimsy than Ash. Ripley was painting up a storm. I think Ripley's gonna be up here. Rip's gonna be up here. Helix's whimsy has been doled by the corporate world. Yeah, no, literally. Sherwood's got some whimsy. Sherwood just kind of... Sherwood's maybe on the same as Ash. I'd put Sherwood. Ren? I think we got kind of a grouping. I'd say about here for Ren. I think they're kind of a central grouping of whimsy. Sherbert, where's Sherbert? Shrewd. Sherbert. Does Sherbert have whimsy? Above average whimsy for sure. Sherbert has whimsy. Less whimsy than Ick though. Less whimsy than Ick, I think. Rio does not have whimsy in his heart. Wow, did you know that if you're an asshole, you don't have whimsy? Ajax has a little bit of whimsy. I'm gonna say that Ajax has a little bit of whimsy. I think Ajax has got a little bit of whimsy. I think Ajax is like up here. Okay. Rena's got whimsy up the wazoo. Rena's got frickin' whimsy, can I just say? Tartarus? Whimsy to the max. I think Tartarus has more whimsy than Crit. Which is a controversial take, I think. But I think I'm gonna stand by it. Where's the kind of cutoff for having slightly less whimsy? Okay, this is good so far. This is good so far. Not to toot your own horn or anything. Shut up. Janice, absolute whimsy. Janice is at the top of the whimsy spectrum. You have a silly little Joker outfit. Midas is the same spot as Sherbert to me. Midas has the same amount of whimsy as Sherbert to me. I think they are the same. Midas has such whimsy. Okay, fine. More whimsy than Sherbert? Alright. Ratchet, not as high on the whimsy as he could. Not as high on the whimsy as he could. Jet's got whimsy. Jet's got whimsy up here, I think. I think Jet's got some mega whimsy going on. Sparkle. Oh, Sparkle. Oh, I'm not taking into account his Sparkle. Does have Sparkle. He does have Sparkle. I can't argue that. Can't argue that. This is interesting to kind of look at. Okay. Faraday. Does Faraday have whimsy? Faraday is on the same as Azra to me. Really? That's crazy. Perry's got a medium amount of whimsy, I would say. Okay. Rudra, playing Endure Emptiness. I need Endure Emptiness on my soundboard, can I just say? So Twunks have below average whimsy. Oh my god, the stronger you get? Wait. Buff. Oh my god. The more, I guess slightly the more fighting you do, but then there's the people that don't lose their Sparkle. Wow, Ajax and Ratchet are on the same. You know when like a chat just like, you know when you look at a scale and it really speaks to you in ways you didn't realize it would. You know when it speaks ways that your brain understands. And when you look at who's on the same levels, it's pretty close. Look at those bright greens! Look at those bright greens! They are buddies and they will always be in the same spot. Okay, beautiful whimsy scale. Ratchet's so Ajax, but just older. Yeah, Ratchet's gone through the toxic yaoi. Ajax is actively going through the toxic yaoi. Ratchet is Ajax in 20 years. You're a fool. Yeah, I know. All right, let's bring our next one in here. So let's insert. I want to do this one. I want to do this one next, chat. We're gonna do this one next. This is exciting. All right, here's our next chart, chat. Steals from the rich, murders the rich, eats the rich, seduces the rich, is the rich. I like this chart. So let's do this chart. Okay. Okay. Ice cream NATO. It's like the middle of this. The middle of this. Ice cream NATO's the middle. Murdering and stealing from the rich, I think. Ash? Ash is kind of stealing from the rich. I'm not gonna... Maybe not on the line. I'll put Ash, like, here. Asri? Oh, well, I mean, if you guys want to skip the order, then yeah, we can put Tartarus in that corner. Asri was rich. Oh, Asri is a Nepo baby. It's the Nepo baby scale. I think Asri's like here. No, he's pretty close to the rich, isn't he? He's pretty close to the rich, isn't he? Wait, we didn't check our bound triangle. Hold on. Our bound oh. Fascinating. Bound in a line. Where's our bound triangle for interesting. This is fascinating. Okay. Yeah, he would seduce the rich though. He really would. Or did the rich seduce him? That's the question. That's the question, isn't it? Cedar is the rich, and is also eating the rich. Cedar is the rich, and is also eating the rich. Cedar will... That's Cedar to me. Epsilon? Doesn't even know the rich. I don't think Epsilon knows the rich. Drinking the rich. Yeah, exactly. Icarus? Is Icarus the rich? Is Ick the rich? I think Ick's like here. Prince. Yeah, he's a prince. Yeah, he's the rich. He's the rich. Yeah, Centros is the rich. Centros is the rich, you're right. Crit is the rich, but not in a weird, like, not in a bad way. Crit's the rich as they are rich in whimsy and love. Is the rich. Crit's the shinies. Yeah. The rich slash pos. That's the difference. That's the difference. Ink is the rich slash neg. Crit is the rich slash pos. Crit's our billionaire. Oh, Helix is more. I'm trying to put Helix is here. Helix is here, I think. I think Helix is like there. Murdering the rich. Because Ven isn't the rich. Okay. Kane, you're kinda killing the rich. Kane has YouTube rank. You can go a little bit more that way. They get paid in fatherly love. It's true. It's true. Maybe Helix goes a little bit more that way. Helix doesn't get paid. Helix doesn't get paid, notably. Okay, Power Wash. I think Power Wash is stealing from the rich, low-key. think Power Wash is low-key stealing from the rich. In the biz. Oh, well, literally stole from the rich. Stole a cat. Stole a cat. Stole a cat. That happened. Okay, Ripley. Ripley is the poor, man. Ripley's the poor, man. Ripley poor fuck. Yeah, no, literally. Okay, Sherwood is so right here. I think my evolution of the abbreviations is really interesting. Fish steals from the rich, fishes trash out of the ocean. Oh, low-key. Low-key. Ren is also the poor. Ren is eating the rich, I think. I think Ren is kind of in the middle, I think. I think Ren is low-key eating the rich. Sherbert? Sherbert's the rich. Sherbert is the rich. Sherbert's the rich. Rio is the rich and killing the rich. I think Rio's about there. Ajax is stealing from the rich and seducing the rich. I think. We make Rena witch. True, but is that stealing? Are you the rich, chat? I don't think they're the rich. Are you rich, Rena? I think pretty in the middle. I don't particularly see myself as the rich. We gift, don't steal. Seduce the rich? Haley's the rich, low-key. Not really. Haley just has a good job. I can seduce the rich. I can seduce the rich. I can seduce the rich. Yeah. Make sure that you can seduce the rich today. This message is sponsored by Rena. Tartarus is eating the rich, we know that. Janice is stealing and seducing the rich. I would say. Midas, Midas is the rich in the sense that he's God. I'd put Midas right there. Mid. Ratchet is stealing from the rich and murdering the rich. Ratchet is not the rich. Ratchet is the poor. Ratchet is doing his damn best. Jet is seducing the rich. Jet is seducing the rich. I've got none of my netherite or my diamonds on Wild West. None of them. I'm seducing the rich. Yeah, his boyfriends are the rich. Faraday is the rich, unfortunately. His 1.2 million gold. He is unfortunately the rich. Pericles is stealing from the rich! Actively stealing from the 1.2 million, yeah, 1.2 million gold. And counting. Faraday's is the rich. Hey, what? He had to pay for his arm, so a lot of that went to and counting. This is fascinating. There's no one particularly murdering the rich. There's no one particularly murdering the rich. This is interesting. Where's our bound? Our bound triangle's here. Our green boys are not. Our only trend is like that. Yeah, we're just notable excluding this side. Interesting. Interesting. We do like to seduce the rich. Yeah, so it is centered on seduce the rich. If you want to go at it that way, it is centered on seducing the rich. All right, wonderful. Let's do another chart. I want to get at least one more in. I want to get at least one more chart in. What should our chart be? Which part do I want to do next? Oh, I want the Riz one. We're doing the Riz. We're doing the Riz, chat. Do they have Riz? Oh, yes. Failure twin chart's a pretty good one. Okay. Ice Cream NATO, do they have Riz? Absolutely not. Ash, do they have Riz? Flustered. Azri? Yes, but doesn't know it. Wait, this is an odd... Why is the chart in this order? The chart is not in increasing order. I think Azri doesn't know he has Riz. I think Azri doesn't know that he has Riz. Rearrange it then? Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Okay, fine. I'm rearranging it. This? I guess I can just move the text around. This? And this. I think they just need to switch and that fixes it, in my opinion. Because it's yes, absolutely. Yes, and they know. Yes, they don't know. Kind of medium. Thinks they do, they don't. Absolutely not. Yeah, that's better. Okay, yeah. I was having a moment. Don't mind me, chat. I was having a moment. Okay. Absolutely not. Ice Cream NATO does not have Riz. What do you mean you're in love with a fridge? I think Azri doesn't know he has Riz. Ash gets flustered. Cedar's in flustered, right? Cedar's kind of hit or miss. Epsilon, you do not have Riz. Ick. Ick's like, yes, surely. Stop. What do you mean, stop? Tell me more. You got some somehow. Yeah, I know, but that's more him having Riz. How long did it take? but the village girls? Ick had Riz as a kid. I think Ick lost his Riz in the resets. Yeah, that's what I think. Crit? I don't know. I don't think Crit. No, I just think Crit would get flustered. Helix has Riz. Helix has Riz, unfortunately. Kane has... I've said that I've felt strongly about this. I said that I felt strongly about Kane. Kane has Riz? Yeah, Kane has Riz. Because Cedar lost it in the war. Because of a whole ass boyfriend. Yeah. Does Power Wash have Riz? I feel like Power Wash has Riz. Just like a little bit. Just like a little bit. Does Ripley have Riz? Ripley is flustered. Ripley is flustered. Does Sherwood have Riz? Thinks they do. I would say. Does Ren have Riz? Does Ren have Riz? Not really. I think Ren is here. Like, I could. Can't. Does Sherbert have Riz? Does Sherbert have Riz? I don't think so. I think Sherbert's in the flustered category to me. Rio. Yeah. 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 Ajax. Ajax has Riz. That's why it lost their Riz in the resets because Sherbert don't got it? Yeah. Yeah, actually. I think Ajax got Riz. But does he know it? But does he know that he has Riz? I don't think so. I don't think he knows he has Riz. And that's what that means. No, I keep wanting to move myself up, but I don't think I have Riz. Like, I think I have Riz, but in the sense that I don't actually. No. No, you don't have Riz. Does Janice have Riz? Yes. Janice has got Riz. No, that's correct. We appreciate the honesty. Yeah, thanks, guys. Does Midas have Riz? I think Midas could have... Nah, Midas is flustered. I think Midas is flustered. Does Ratchet have Riz? Ratchet has Riz. I gotta drop the canon fic, chat. I gotta drop that canon. It's not done. But I have to... He's got Riz. He's got Riz. Does Jet have Riz? I think Jet's also up here. I think Jet's also up there. I don't know how Jet did that. Low key. I don't know how Jet did that. That old man Riz. So true. Does Faraday have Riz? I think he would, and he doesn't use it. Does Pericles have Riz? Pericles is the most flustered man in existence. Beautiful. Nothing says Riz like overflowing whimsy. Wow. Okay, beautiful chart. I like that chart. I like their chart. So primarily no Riz. Statistically, less Riz. Good chart. Good chart. All right, we got to do the twink scale. We gotta do the twink scale, chat. Okay. Let's put it on an axis, shall we? Let's put it on an axis. The other aspect of being a Sherb. Twink. Yeah. Twink. Strong. Failure. competent. Is this good? Twink to strong, failure to competent. Do we like that? I think we like that. Okay. All right. How much? Okay, we're on 8%. We can do this. We're on 8%. We can do that. This is gonna be top right heavy. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, let's do this. This is gonna be bad, chat. This is gonna be something. All right. Thank you, Anonymous, for the gifted. Thank you, Anonymous, for the gifted. Let's do, chat. Let's do a yellow one. This is going in. Why am I this way? God! Okay. Ice cream NATO. We're not gonna get many on the competent side. Why did I immediately think of what a Razzles Sherb would be like? We cannot keep having this conversation. Okay. Ice cream NATO. I think ice cream NATO is actually pretty over here. A little bit of a failure. More of... Catch the Razzles astray! Yeah. Now this is exactly what the short verse is to me. They can't find Raid Shadow Legends? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think right here. I think that's good. Ash is pretty failure. Pretty failure. I think Ash is the middle between Twink and Strunk. Ash is a failure, but lovingly. Yeah. You know what, chat? You know what I think we need to do? You know what I think we need to do? Just to make this, possible. Let's give more of a failure. Let's give more of a failure, shall we? We're not gonna get many on that side, so let's just do it like this, man. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I think this is pretty good. I'm gonna move these both to there. Okay. Asri. Is Asri our strong failure? I think Asri is low-key our strong failure. Asri is notably our strong. I think strong failure. I think strong failure. Cedar, I think, is a competent twink. I think Cedar is a competent twink. Prove me wrong. Did spend a year out in the wilderness, though, so not the top of the twink. We have had a distinct lack of twinks so far, can I just say? Epsilon. Epsilon's kind of competent. I think Epsilon is not strong or a twink. I think Epsilon is like a slightly competent middle ground. Oh, he's here! The man, the myth, the legend! No, I'd say slightly less. Get his ass! Who would have thought? A resident twink failure. Yeah. It can fight a little bit, but it has no muscle. It has no muscle. And in that sense, they're a twink. Like, I've said many times that, like, Icarus's fighting style is all about speed, not about strength. And that's, top of the twink, top of the failure. Can I just say? Crit. Crit's a little bit competent. No, not really. I think Crit is like here. Crit is just tiny. Crit is just tiny. It's the only Sherb that's like gets shorter. Well, I guess not the only. Neutral competent, I'd say. I don't know if Crit, they did get bonked on the head. And we're just kind of a little guy. Once a failure, always a failure. Yeah, Crit might be a high in the twink category purely for being so small. I think Crit's on the line. Let's put Crit on the line. Helix. Oh, failure twink. Failure twink for 1. Failure twink for 2. How many the fact we said this is going to be top right heavy, and we've not been going crazy in the top right yet. This is fascinating. Terry, competent middle ground, I think. I'd put Terry competent middle ground. Ripley, oh, let's go for a ride, Ripley. Died. That's the biggest failure you can do. Sherwood is less of a failure, a little bit less of a twink, actually. I'd put Sherwood the same as Helix, where it's like, nope. Sherwood. Ike even failed dying. Yeah, exactly. That's why Ix failed more than Ripley. Ren. Ren is not very far in failure. I think Ren's pretty close to true neutral, I would say. I'd put Ren pretty close. I did skip Kane. Thank you. Oh, there he is. A little bit of a stronger failure. A little bit of a stronger failure. I did just skip Kane. I didn't mean to do that. Sherbert. Oh, it's our other failure twink. Yes. I think slightly more competent, lived on your own, but still, once a failure, always a failure. Rio. Another strong failure. Rio is not as buff as Asri. Ajax. Oh, what's that? Another twink. Another twink for the scale. Maybe not that high. Only like a little bit. Ajax is giving twink. Physically, he's got a little bit more muscle. I think I'm competent. Baking streams. I'll just go. I'll just vote. I'm not competent. Okay. If I put myself up on the twink scale, it's purely because I'm not strong, like notably not strong. Tartarus? Tartarus is a twink. But if you're digging that much, you gotta be a little bit stronger. You gotta be a little bit strong. I think Tartarus is competent. He's digging that hole. Let's be clear. He's not failing at digging. He has one goal. Goal is dig, and he's doing a pretty good job. I mean, he gains muscle by eating dirt. No, I'm just saying he's shoveling all the time. I think Tartarus is very competent, but I kind of think he's got to have some muscle. Janice, I think, is oh, let's go there. Janice is very twink shaped, I think. Midas. Oh, what a failure twink. Failure twink for 1, failure twink for 2. How much of a failure? The queue's been a success, so I won't put you all the way. The queue's been a success, so I won't put you all the way. Ratchet. Ratchet is a little bit strong. Ratchet's actually pretty strong. Still, am I crazy that I want to put Ratchet like here? Am I crazy for that? I think that's about right. Jet. Strong. Competent. What a guy! Whoa! I didn't think we were gonna get strong competent, but we're pretty strong and competent. That's Jet. Did you watch the Void fight? Did you watch that Void fight? Most of the non-twinks were created after I historically started shouting twink. Oh, that's true, actually. That's true, actually. Faraday is very strong. Yeah, well, this is not a Sherb. They're not Sherbs. Oh my god, that's the... God damn it. God damn it. Yeah, Pericles is the top of the twink, but a little bit more in the competent. Actually, yeah, I'd put Perry there. I rest my case! So you're telling me that the more of a Sherb you are, that's crazy. So let's also look. Who are our newest characters, right? Our newest characters: Tartarus, Ratchet, Jet, Ice Cream NATO, Power Wash, even Azri are all south of the twink scale, except for Ren. Ren is newer. Ren is like an inch tall. Ren is like an inch tall. Yeah. So if you're down here, you were mostly made after Corn started shouting twink, and this is like the Sherb to the not at all a Sherb. That's the real scale. How much of a Sherb are you? That's insane. I hate correlation. Dad, I hate correlation. I hate this. Corn, you single-handedly ended the twink era. Congratulations. Congratulations. Marina being halfway on how much of a Sherb you are. Whoa. That's crazy to me. And Ice Cream NATO being past most of the Sherbs. Like, at this point, Ice Cream NATO, who's meant to be... Okay, wait, hold on. We need to bring another axis into this, low-key. We're bringing another axis into this. That's fascinating! So Ice Cream NATO, who is made to not be a Sherb, this direction, are all newer characters or people who are not Sherbs, with like a couple exceptions, because you're gonna have exceptions. Wow. What a world we live in, dude. It's fascinating. It's the scale of how twinky you are. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, let's do one more, chat. We're gonna do one more chart. We had to do that one. Legally obligated. Let's do... What are the other ones that I grabbed? Okay. Oh, this is a fun one. This is kind of a fun one. No, I kind of want to do this other one. Hold on, let me look back at the charts. I want to take all the charts into consideration that you guys have sent. Pro-razzle, anti-razzle. So true. So true. Okay, okay. Do they have Riz is crazy. Sorry, there's a chart that I didn't see before. Low-key, let's do this one. I want to do this one. I want to do this one, chat. We're gonna do this one because I didn't read this one before and now I did and I want to do it. Okay, so chat, what we're gonna do. This guy. So this is this is a very interesting chart. Okay, so we have hated by society, hated by scientists, not hated by anyone, an unidentified creature from another dimension, undead but only spiritually, or on the run in 98 countries and legally dead in 10. I like this chart, so we're gonna do this chart. All right, Ice Cream NATO. Ice Cream NATO is in this row for sure. Hated by everyone, I think. Hated by everyone, I think. Hated by society, on the run, and dead. Ash, is on the run, but is him. I think Ash might also be hated by society in the sense that like burn down all them houses. Asri, undead but only spiritually, and I think hated by scientists. I think hated by scientists. But Ash isn't hated by their society. Ash is on the hated by scientists, yeah. I think that's right. I think the worm the worm is here. The worm is up there. He's considered dead, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Oh, maybe he is down, but I was gonna say like just like down. It's not like he's just lost it. He's losing his mind a little bit. Cedar, not hated by anyone, but is on the run. Not hated by anyone, but is on the run. Epsilon, hated by scientist, and I think we're going with a creature. I think Epsilon is a creature. Beautiful. Ick. I mean, do we put Ick here? Ick is a little bit of a creature. Hated by society. I think Ick's up there. Yeah. Crit. Not hated by anyone. Unidentified creature. Crit is a creature! Crit is a creature. Helix is hated by scientists and on the run. I think. Kane is hated by everyone and on the run. Yeah. That's that to me. Creature! 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 Terry. Terry is not hated by anyone. I think Terry's here. I think Terry's here. Yeah. Ripley. I think Ripley's here. I'd put Ripley here. I'd put Ripley there. Well, they are dead. Yeah. But like undead, but in the sense they are a spirit. Like they are alive. Like they're still there. They're still doing things, but they're dead. Sherwood is on the run, and yeah, I think Sherwood's hated by scientists. I'm not gonna lie. Ren, hated by scientists on the run. Cannon. Can I say? Cannon. Sherbert, creature. I think Sherbert is a creature that's not hated. I'd put Sherbert as a creature that's not hated. Cannon. Rio. Hated by scientists on the run. Ajax, undead but only spiritually. Which one for Ajax? Is Ajax here or here? Hi, Sen. I'm making silly charts. Hi, Sen. I'm doing silly little charts. This chart has sparked my curiosity. I feel society. Yeah, low key. Rena. Me the guy. I think hated. Do scientists hate me? Creature, but in the sense that, like, I'm like that. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day. Why, thank you, local senator. Why, thank you, local senator. Sen, we've made several charts so far. We've notably made a scale of how much whimsy they have. We've done the twink and failure scale. We've done your typical lawful neutral, you know, that kind of thing. We did asshole to in denial scale. We did what else did we do? Riz. Do they have Riz? The twink in the hall? Oh, we had a rich scale. What do you do to the rich? We had a rich scale. That was a pretty good one. That was pretty good. Okay. I think hated by society. Baking is a type of science. Yeah. I think Rena is here, but in the sense that, like, I'm like that. Tartarus. Tartarus is the #1 creature. Janice is not hated by anyone, but I think is undead, but spiritually. Okay, Midas. Unidentified creature. Does Q Nation hate Midas? You can answer this question. Hated by scientists, and the scientists are the rules of the multiverse. hated by scientists, and the scientists are the rules of the multiverse. Ratchet. Ratchet. My boy. Hate... Cannon. Surprisingly canon. Scientists directly. Jet is not hated, but is undead. Kind of logistically. Faraday is undead, but only spiritually. And I think hated by scientists. I'd put him. And Perry is a creature from another dimension. Not hated by anyone. Wow. Interesting. So once again, we have a trend. We have a middle trend. There are not people that are hated or unidentified. Not many. And there's not, you can't be on the run and not hated. Cedar's somehow doing that well, though. Cedar's somehow doing that pretty good. This is a very interesting... Wow, I'm glad we made some charts today. So we've got quite a few charts. We've got, to recap, chat, to recap, we've got the asshole denial scale with a trend kind of sideways. We've got the regular scale, which we're actually I'm way more, can I just say, looking at this chart specifically, there are way more people in the good side than I thought there were. Do I not have enough evil characters? Yeah, do I need to make more evil characters? Is that what this is telling me? Actually, you want to know something, chat? I've talked about this once before. That there is another project coming up. Perhaps an SMP. Perhaps an SMP where I will have a Sherb. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, down there. I'm not gonna lie. Down there. Quite literally down there. Actually, let's have some fun. This is a... Oh my god, I am unintentionally filling out the chart. This is gonna be an asshole believer. Okay. Asshole believer. Say about here. Oh, it depends what you want to call whimsy. Probably down here, but if you count it as whimsy up there. But I don't know if I'd count it as whimsy. This is fascinating. I didn't mean to do that, but I am quite literally... I am filling in the blanks. I didn't mean to do that. Down there. There you go. That's all you get. I'll give you that. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Bro is more of an opposite Sherb than Ice Cream NATO 65. He's got the qualities of a Sherb, just not the ones that I typically focus on. So there you go, chat. There's our mystical, there's your mystical charts for today with a little bit of a teaser for you. About, are there Converse? Oh, there's Converse. Oh, don't even worry about it. There's Converse. I'm slightly concerned. Good. This is gonna be a wild one. Let me just tell you. I'm excited about it, but it's gonna be a wild one. There you go, chat. There's your charts. I'm gonna go post these all on Tumblr right after stream, and we'll be doing good. So there you go, chat. Congratulations, Chart Nation.